Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Friday, the 6th of November 2015, this is John Faraclas from allaboutshipping.co.uk with the latest on the markets and geopolitics affecting sailing. The BDI, the Baltic Dry Index, closed down 9 points yesterday at 631, which is 90 points down since last week's 721 points. What do you make out of it? The Capers. The Capers, strangely enough, they got just 1 point yesterday at 1,003 standing, but that's 226 points down since last week's 1,229. The Panamax and the respective BPPI was down 15 points at 603, approaching the barrier of 600 points, danger zone there. That's an overall of 72 points down since last week's 675 points. Now, the Supras. Supras down 13 points at 571, down 58 points last week, 629. And finally, the last of the indexes, the BHSI, the Handys, were down 5 points at 323, which is an overall 26 points down since last week's 349. The wets. The BDTI, the Dirty Tiger Index, was steady at 822, but it was a plus 72 points since last week's 750. Plus for the clean cargoes, 4 points at 461, but an overall 3 points down since last week's 464 points. The price of oil plays in the region of 45, just minus of this level, and it's hopefully going to remain there for a couple of more years at least. Let's see, unless something very strange happens to go even further down. You never know. Geopolitics now. Geopolitics, the big issue remains the migrants. Very simply, because the rest you can read it in the written text of this reporting, shame to all politicians. But above all, the most important shameful issue is that of non-stopping the procurement of weapons to ISIS. Okay? Second important issue, Iran. Iran must conform. Trying to sabotage American-made products and burning the Israelis and American flags there is a ridicule for Iran. Iran must come to terms with reality. Either they would like to be a normal state or still remain a pariah state. Palestinian issue, of course, it must be solved. Greece, things are getting worse. It's important. We will stand on the shipping issue. The other issues are on the written report. On the shipping issues, hands off the Seamen's Pension Fund, otherwise in Greece called NAT. And you did well know what we mean. Let's hope that the minister's visit is fruitful in China. I said let's hope, and we'll see how COSCO deals with the various ports and other issues with him. And let's see if he can convince the Chinese to come and build ships in the ailing shipyards, joint ventures. This is the name of the game. Can he do it? Can he deliver? Otherwise, else, you know. The Europeans, they cannot handle the migrants issue, which we said earlier on, and this is very important. Ukraine remains silently the same and not very good. Germany, the most powerful financial nation in Europe, must get its act together. It might backfire again to Germany. This is not nice. The worst of all the news was last Saturday when the breaking news came up for the Russian plane that was exploded, the big accident killing all 224. Same to all perpetrators to this. This is disgusting. Once more, a disgusting issue. China, difficult times for the tigers now. Neighboring India, Modi, feels unease since being elected because with the NGO's pressure on the climate issues. Australia, what was that? This tsunami cloud that engulfed the Sydney area. You know, you never know what was going to happen if it wasn't higher on this, you know. Brazil, interesting issues there. And we have the bursting of a dam there in a mine. That's not nice news. It's a pity. The Islamic State, we come back to them, curb them, bomb them, and finish them off. It is very important. Syria, we must find a solution for Syria, but otherwise we're gonna see World War III in a very bad mood there. Okay, Africa, I don't believe we're gonna have another nasty issue in Burundi after the Rwanda's 90s scandals there, despicable crimes there. Remembrance Day this weekend in particular. On Sunday is the big day to honor those who fall for the empire here, for the First and Second World War, and also for other wars around the globe. A very important day to remember, and of course to push the diplomats to find peaceful solutions. Can they deliver their billions of dollars spent every year for the diplomatic corps? And let's see what they're doing. Can they deliver, or the politicians and their cronies are surpassing diplomacy? This is an important issue. Okay, we have to be harsh on this. Events, the Capital Link event, it was great, really great. The CSR, which you can read in other parts of this reporting. The Athens Navigator 15th anniversary there event was great as well. We have also the event which is still the talk of the town, the 40th anniversary of IMIF and 30 years of Jim Davis at the helm. An amazing event at Radisson Blu in Portman Square. It was a wow event, very touching event with Jim Davis on the podium, and the applaud. He has a standing ovation by all there. All the industry was there, the world was there. We are expecting to see big crowds at on the 19th of November at the Athens Zapion Mansion, where the Poseidon main stakeholders will meet for explaining the LNG and the big project of the LNG. That's very, very important. On the same date, 17th, 19th, in Hamburg Messe is Intermodal, a great event there too. It's the 40th anniversary. And of course, last but not least, the tourist events coming up. The most important, we already had the World Travel Market and a very good performance by Greece's Ministress Elena Koundoura. And of course, we invite you to come to Greece. We have as Greeks to support the Greek islands that they are heavily now being suppressed because of the migrants issue. They continue, thousands, it gets worse and worse and worse. And we suggest you go to Folegandros and the Cyclades and Zakynthos on the Ionian Sea, to balance the losses of these inevitable events with the migrants. So of course, we must stay to the point of the migrants. There are on dozens losing every day their lives around the Greek islands, come from the Turkish coast, and we have to pull the ear of Turkey, as we say, and everything, they have to be verified on the Turkish soil, if you like it, not on Greek soil and elsewhere. The same applies for those coming from Libya to Italy. We have to have groups. The United Nations, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, can organize teams of UN to go there, okay, on Turkish soil, and verify them, who they are. Give them an identity and then move on. We cannot allow them to come and spoil the cohesion of the Greek islands, This is out of any question, and logic, of course. We wish you a happy weekend. There's a lot of fireworks also coming this weekend, and mind the weather. This is John Faraclas from allaboutshipping.co.uk. Over and out.